Hello, hello. Welcome to Anime Anonymous. I'm CJ.
I'm Ace.
And I'm Jess.
And this week we are feeding your addiction with the New Gods Nezha Reborn. This was my recommendation?
Yes.
I think so. My brain's horrible. It's okay.
About 85% of the time it's yours.
I admit it. Okay? My brain does not work sometimes. But I figured it was. So this came out on Netflix April of 2021. It was a little under 2 hours. I want to say like an hour and 50, something like that.
I think that was exactly it.
See, my brain does work sometimes. And it's basically a retelling of one of the many different mythological stories about Nezha. Before we jump into it, though, if you guys want to follow us on anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Audius, and then we do have a TikTok now. Thank you to the lovely Jess.
Yes, thank you so much.
And then if you guys ever want to email us, it's xanimeanonymousx@gmail.com. So we can jump into it. Obviously, since I recommended it, I want to hear what you guys think. So, quick minute. What do you guys think? Whoever goes first.
Jess.
No, Jess went first last time.
Last time.
No, you said Jess.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll go first anyway. I'll go first anyway.
I like the routine.
I will. I'll go first. I'll take it for the team. Okay. I actually really did enjoy this movie. I thought all the characters were really cool. I did like the story. It was good pace. All the action was awesome. And really just kept my attention. I wasn't bored with it. And the animation style I really liked. I do like that CGI, more like a gaming style animation. But everything was really pretty. Like, yeah, I really liked it. How about you, Ace?
Yeah, just pretty much the same. The animation and the way... So I'm not usually a big fan of CGI, but I really enjoyed how the characters looked, the artwork, even the slow-mo effects of like certain acrobatic moves. But yeah, I love the story. Definitely very pleasing to watch. Very pleasing on the eyes. I enjoyed the little romance between the main character and the doctor. Yeah, I enjoyed that. The sister was blocking, but
well, that's not his real sister. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for that clarification. I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, I enjoyed the villains. The one character, Rosie Cloud, she reminded me of that girl from League of Legends, Akali. So all my LOL players out there. And then the young Nezha is pretty much a twin of Annie in League of Legends.
This guy.
And then, it's Wukong in there as well, but he wasn't the same Wukong as League of Legends. But, he was but no, I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, it had funny moments, had serious moments, sad moments. Yeah, I was a fan.
Okay. All right. My quick one, because we're going to jump into it. Obviously, I've recommended stuff that I don't enjoy. I did enjoy this movie. That's why, we got to tell them the horrible ones, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I enjoyed this. I agree. Like, I'll mirror everything you guys said. I really did like the animation style, especially because sometimes it went old school Chinese, like almost like they were drawing it with, like, a painted brush, especially when they were showing young Nezha, which also, I'm going to be pronouncing it Nezha. There's several ways that I've heard his name pronounced. I've heard Nezha, Nacha, I know Nezha, so I'm going to go with Nezha.
I'm going to probably say Nezha because that's how you exposed it to me.
And this is Mandarin, aka Chinese, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce their names. At least Japanese, because I know anime, I guess I've been more exposed to Japanese names, so it's slightly easier to say them, even though I suck at them too. So we're not saying these names. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. The world building was really cool. I am a sucker for like steampunky things, and this was like a steampunk kind of world. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, anything martial arts, I enjoy.
Same.
So quick synopsis. Again, this is a retelling of kind of some mythology. There are a lot of different stories that Nezha does pop up in, but the main ones are usually interacting with the main characters that we have. See, like I know the god names. So Al Bing is usually all in there whenever they do the different stories. Al Bing is the son of Al Kwang, who's like one of the Dragon Kings, and there's always an antagonistical relationship between Nezha and him. Even with the other movie that came out, which was just called Nezha, I want to say came out in like 2019 or something. No relation between these two, but it's a similar story because again, that's kind of the one that they go to when they're talking about Nezha. So we can kind of just go into it. Like different scenes that you liked. I'll start off. I liked how the beginning of the movie was kind of fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall. Because like he talks to you.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Hey, I'm Lee or whatever his last name is," and he's like, "And I'm about to be the winner." He's like, "Well, I'm a little ahead of myself right now." Like I was just like, I like fourth wall breaking stuff. It's kind of funny to me, but
I think that definitely brought in the engagement too. It
Yeah.
like you
yeah,
fall in love with the character from.
yeah, and it was like slight comedy,
Yeah.
like off rip, and it's just like, okay. Because, I mean, you think about it, only recent movie that's done like fourth wall breaking stuff is like Deadpool.
Yeah.
I can't really think of other ones. I know other ones have done it, but like Deadpool's hilarious.
Yes.
So, yeah, I enjoyed it. And then, you know, like, he is swift on the bike. Like,
I love that because I love bikes. I'm all my Gixxer fanboys out there.
yeah, so, yeah, that opening scene kind of just gets you into the action immediately. He's funny, and then he's being a reckless mofo on the bike. But yeah, so off the top, you, Ace, all right, because Jess went first. So what scene stuck out to you? What talking points, stuff like that?
So one of the scenes that definitely stood out was when Lee turns into the flame version of Nezha.
Which like the first time?
The first time when you see the actual kind of 3 arms, 3 heads, or however many arms he has, but I think it's like 6 arms, 3 heads.
Yeah, 6 arms.
That immediately reminded me of Ashura from Zoro in One Piece. So I was like thoroughly engaged. So that one was really cool, and then it also kind of reminded me of Sasuke's
Amaterasu?
Yeah.
Or no, not Amaterasu. Amaterasu is the eye thing. I can't remember.
I
know what you're talking about.
I am an anime fan.
Susanoo?
Susanoo, yes.
Is it Susanoo?
It is
Okay.
Susanoo. Yeah, so that was Susanoo, for all my Naruto people out here. And, the Ashura for all the One Piece guys. So those scenes definitely stood out. Enjoyed those.
Jess is lost.
And then the Wukong scenes were like, I wanted more, which made me like in tune into the movie even more. But Wukong was like trying to be in disguise, and he's like the line that stood out to me was when he said, "Man, I've been saving the world for thousands of years. Look, I ain't shit."
Yeah, he's just like, I'm tired of it. Like,
and that was hilarious. And he was like, just like you, can't do nothing. So I'm gonna just let you go ahead and see if you can master your powers. Go ahead and fight. But I enjoyed Wukong a lot.
I think it was funny that he was camouflaging himself as the 6-eared macaque, because the six-eared and Wukong like hate each other.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so the macaque's like, which they say it in the movie. He's a trickster and a troublemaker.
Right.
And there's different myths that Wukong like ends up killing him. Which again they say it in this too. Ao Kuang is like, I thought Wukong killed you, and he's like, yeah, he did. I'm back, just hiding myself though. Like, I thought that was kind of funny because of I am a sucker for mythology, but I don't know a lot about Chinese. I know a little bit of the people that I like. I like Wukong and I like Nezha, and then obviously I guess we grew up with Mulan. Yeah. So that's like newer mythology.
You got me there.
Yeah.
I know that one.
But yeah, no, that Wukong was funny. Like his whole persona of just kind of psycho, which makes sense too because Wukong is a troublemaker as well. So like it makes sense.
He was creative. Like you would expect the Wukong to be in his full like staff mode and just whooping people, but he had this little metal Harry Potter wand and was putting in work with this thing, and I'm like, yo, this is nice. So I'm like thinking that's the three-eared macaque. Macaque.
Something like that.
And then I'm like, when you find out it's Wukong, you're like, Wukong's kind of OP to like literally be killing off villains with that little magic wand, Harry Potter wand. And I'm like, I enjoy this Wukong. I want to see more of him, but I think it was another one after this called, it was like two girls.
Oh, so you're talking about White Snake. So that is the same studio, different series, though. Okay. I do want to watch those. I meant to watch White Snake, and then the newest one came out, I think, 2022, called White Snake 2, Green Snake.
Okay.
Which is like in modern times. So yeah, that's on the list. The next one after New Gods, I sent it to Jess. That way I didn't forget the name. It's because this is supposed to be like their building of like modern gods like coming together. So the new one is called New Gods Yang Jian. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Okay. But yeah, so that's the next one in this quote unquote series. And I want to say there's supposed to be a Nezha 2. So we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, there were like 3 different ending credit scenes for this.
Yeah. And then another scene that stood out to me was when Nezha was pretty much like, I'm gonna just save him, and literally came out, put him in this like flame flower, lotus flower, and like he got the cool little tattoos, kind of like cremated into his body. I was like, that was a cool scene. And I can keep going, but
yeah, I'll talk about that scene afterwards. What about you, Jess?
To be honest, the Wukong reminded me so much of the monkey in The Lion King. It's not even funny.
I can see that.
Just his whole persona, like when he was training Nezha, I could just see him like, if he just had a little coconut, just whacking him on the head on the top, like, come on, you are Nezha. Like, that is your name. And he's like, no, that's not my name. That was funny. Kasha was adorable. I really liked her. I felt for her when, the scene where he realizes that her leg was lost.
Oh, yeah. That hit the heartstrings.
I was like, oh, that sucks. But I really did like the growth that they had with Lee in regards to his temper. Because, he was very short-tempered, throughout the whole beginning of the movie. Yeah. And then as he started to learn to control Nezha, his temper started to balance, which I really liked how they did that. And then the character Ao Bing, he was an annoying. Ao Bing, yeah, he's an annoying little brat. He's just he went
out in an effed up way, which I'll talk about later. Oof.
But oh my goodness, I was just oh, just please kill this guy, just kill him. I don't care, just kill him.
Yeah,
make him go away. Make him go away. But yeah, no. That's probably, But the doctor, man, she was fine. She was fine.
Yeah,
I was like, she rides a bike at night and takes care of people during the day. Lee, you better get rid of Kasha whenever you're around her.
Yeah. Kasha is like, the annoying little sister, but like who's slightly into him. So tackling.
He keeps sunning her though.
Yeah, because
Like,
he
like-
literally looks at her as a little sister.
And I'm like, why don't you get it?
Because he wanted the doctor. He's
I
like, I
know.
want that. I
I
want
wanted
that.
Kasha to understand.
I want
I'm
that.
like, if every time you see
Okay.
this man,
She had a
he-
nice pearly white bike. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, they both have the same interests, and he's interested in her. Just let it go.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, that's why, like, she obviously realized it because she told him to go talk to her, but then she was like,
Glaring.
effing him up after. She was like, yeah,
I
that
hope you
sucked.
fail.
And she's like, that sucked. Good thing you have me. Like, so I can see that. Like, that was a funny relationship to me. So talking about different scenes, because I know a lot about, well, not a lot. I know a decent amount of Nezha. So your scene that you were talking about when he was formed in the lotus flower. The reason it's a lotus flower. So short version of one of the main myths about Nezha. Nezha killed Ao Bing. There's two different ways. There's one story where Nezha meets him on the beach and like he's having a friend or he wants a friend. Ao Bing is lonely, so they're trying to have play, and Nezha doesn't realize his strength and like smothers him to death, like when they're play fighting. There's another one where Ao Kwang is just being a dickhead, and they send like and they don't like Nezha, and so he sends a messenger to get rid of him. Nezha beats the snot out of the messenger. Messenger's like, hey, you need to send somebody to kill this kid. So he sends his son, Ao Bing. Nezha murks him dead. So then Ao Kwang gets pissed and is like, I'm gonna, because he's a huge god. And at this time, Nezha was born immortal, just born immortal, not immortal. So he can't really go against a god, technically. I mean, obviously he went against Ao Bing, but so Ao Kwang's like, I'm gonna basically flood this place if you don't give me like kids as sacrifices. He wanted like a girl and a boy. Nezha kills himself as a sacrifice. Right? Ao Kwang's still mad. There's a different, also another version where he goes up to heaven because he died, and that was a good thing, like a pious thing. So he's going up to heaven. At the same time, Ao Kwang's going up to go complain. So he meets Ao Kwang up there, beats the shit out of him, and like Ao Kwang turns into a little snake to run away. So that's a funny one. Yeah. But long story, like again, this is me shortening it a lot. But then he gets reincarnated by his teacher who was teaching him when he was younger by using a body that was made out of lotus flowers.
Oh, okay.
So that's his next body. That's why they use that, because the lotus flower is like Nezha's symbol. So that's why he was getting reformed, because that was how he was birthed again.
And that scene was beautifully executed.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
I
And that's
really
why he
enjoyed
had the tattoo of the lotus flower on him. So I thought that was cool because I know that background. But even with it, it was a cool scene.
Facts.
And then I'm trying to think. Jess had said something. I can't remember.
Well, can we talk about Ao Bing? That Ao Bing scene where he either ripped the spine off the dragon?
That's why I said he went out in a effed up way. Because he, like, you don't think about it, but he ripped his spine out of his body.
Right.
Yes.
Like when I saw it, I was like, that was kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't like they did the flashback after. So once he ripped the spine out, you're already like, that was kind of like OP. And then they see a flashback. He did it in the past too.
Yeah, that's why. That's what happened. They kind of mention it, but then you see it.
Yeah.
They mentioned it before. He killed Ao Bing, and Ao Kwang was pissed, so he went through all this crap to give him like a metal scaled body and a metal spine. And yeah, he was just like, I'm gonna take you out the same way.
I was like, whew.
Yeah.
That one was tough. Though.
Yeah.
really enjoyed that scene, even though it was harsh.
Yeah,
it was well executed though.
Oh, now I remember. You were talking about his anger.
Yes.
I think this is why I like Naja. I resonate with people who have anger issues. I'm working on them. But when I was younger, I had a much faster fuse. Like, it was shorter fuse, I guess I should say. So, like, Raph from TMNT, that's my boy, because he's pissed off all the time. Naja is usually shown as, like, almost like an anti-hero, right? But, like, he's actually, like, the patron saint of young children, or of young boys, basically, like, to respect your parents. Yeah, because when he does get reincarnated, his dad's not a fan, so he goes after to kill his dad. His dad runs away like a punk, and then the only person who's able to stop him is like Buddha. Buddha comes down and is like, "Yo, relax. Like, killing your dad's a huge scene." Li King or Li Jing, something like that.
Right, but like
He's
in
the mythology, his dad is a warrior. Like he's he actually becomes like almost like a warrior god general.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, I was trying to read up on the whole
yeah.
mythology of him.
Yeah. So he and his dad fight a few times, and then his dad realizes like my mortal body is no match for his reborn Lotus one, so he runs.
Right.
And Naja, he actually runs into his second son. Is like, please protect me. Naja murks him in an instant. And then Buddha comes and says, like, you need to relax. They reconcile and they're good.
Okay.
But yeah, like, that's why, like, Naja's cool. Like, Naja gets not a lot of respect because he looks like a girl, like, when he's a kid, but that's actually, like, a warrior bun that he has. And, like, when he's an adolescent, like, when he's a teenager, he's beast.
Yeah, you were telling me, yeah.
But, like, he's fought Wukong and beat him, and then they became friends. Like, Naja's a G. Like, I love Naja.
Like, I definitely like the concept of Naja. I liked how they portrayed Naja within Lee. I'm going to say Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't a fan of the kid version
Yeah.
of him, but I can let it go. But I'm definitely looking forward to the teen one. I had a question about. Come back to me.
Come back to you.
All right, what about you, babe?
Oh, it was about Old Lee. My bad.
So Old Lee, isn't that the human form of his dad? Right.
In this, his dad is human,
human.
like
Okay.
100% human.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I didn't miss it. Did they explain what the fight was between him and his dad?
He's a troublemaker.
Right. I know he's in a lot of like criminal stuff. Is that why he just basically got disowned because he was doing a lot of wrong in the family?
His dad just didn't like that he was a smuggler.
Right.
Yeah, that's the biggest
What exactly
thing.
were they smuggling? I was trying to see in the briefcase. I couldn't really.
Anything?
Yeah, he was just a smuggler.
It was just anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just what he did for, extra funds. He did the racing, and then he was a smuggler as well, which made
And then I
sense.
guess his brother was like some kind of good.
Yeah, his brother's like a businessman.
I think he was in the post office or something.
Yeah, something like that.
He was just hoping. I think he was hoping running the family business.
Which I think it was like courier or whatever. What is it called?
No, he wasn't a courier.
Oh, okay.
But their relationship, Lee and the dad, I maybe it was because these scenes were happening way too fast. But he's literally when his brother gets injured and his dad is sitting at the bedside and he's telling that story, and then he starts talking about like pretty much kind of blaming Lee for the misfortune that happened, saying that like he was like this since he was a kid. It's kind of all his fault, but now it kind of sucks because it's affected you in this state. And then when he's, on his deathbed after the fight between the villain, I'm like, you definitely switched up on what you were just saying to your other son. And then, I mean, I understand, like, you know, his last words wanted to be positive, but I didn't like that transition. I felt like he could have either just not have said those things at the younger brother's bedside and just had that talk earlier. I don't know.
So I get what you're saying. So like, his dad had a very complicated relationship with him because like that story, we're not going to go into it, but like whenever they have that accident or whatever, and he finds him and he's like laughing, right? Like he basically knew like he could handle all that stuff. It's almost like being like the older brother, and like your parents know you can handle crap, so then you get treated a lot harsher than like other ones. That's basically his relationship, because like his dad knows he can handle BS, but he's like, but what you're doing is affecting
The people
us.
around.
Yeah. And then he starts switching up because he realized, like, you see the change right when he starts protecting the place from the bombs.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, like the dad looks, he's like, wait, like he's out here actually fighting. Like, and then, yeah, on his deathbed, he's just like, I always knew, like, you were meant for stuff. Right. And then he was basically sorry for always pestering him.
Oh, okay.
But like,
So
I get it. It was
apology.
quick. Like it was but like, that's realistic as well though. Like there are a lot of people who immediately switch up like on deathbed, and it throws people into confusion. Like, I know, like I had a friend who their father died, and it confused the heck out of them because they were like super nice, like when they were on their deathbed. Like, so I get it. Like story wise, it seems quick, but realistic wise, it's not that off.
Yeah. I guess I just wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah,
And then
that makes sense.
I really, really wanted Nezha to catch that last bomb. Like, I just wanted it to be like that 3D breaking the fourth wall scene where he, like, reaches into the screen and then catches the bomb. Like, I was hoping it was going to be something like that.
No,
He was
Najee
like,
said F you.
yeah, literally it
He
was
did.
like, both fingers up. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
he's like, nah, bro.
man.
I don't rep you. Like, he's like, yeah, you may be me, but you ain't me.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I was like, he didn't master his powers yet. It was definitely very, very impactful. I really enjoyed it. Any other scenes y'all want to bring up without
The
too
little
much
lions.
spoiling?
He was so cute. I felt so bad. I wanted to kick that guy in the butt when he was playing with the little one. I'm like,
Ooh, Al Kwong?
yeah. I was like, you don't treat that little animal that way. No. He was up there crying. I was like, oh, please save him. Please don't kill him.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for cute animals. I'm a chick. Leave me alone.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Nah, I like the lions as well.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah,
That
it
was
just
a
sucked
cute
that,
thing.
You know, they were kind of stuck and trapped. And
Because those were, supposed to be the gods of the water or
yeah.
or the
Like-
protectors of
Yeah, they control.
The
I
one-
can't remember their
the
name.
EC or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
I can't remember their actual name, like the beast, but yeah, they control water.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Yeah, so
I'm good if you're good.
well, yeah. So then we can do like our last remarks and ratings. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first
Take it.
since I've been.
Take it.
I'm definitely gonna give this a high rating. Like, it was a very solid movie. I don't know why I want to give it a 9, even though I wanted to say 10. But I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. It was very, very entertaining the entire time, from the intro with the fourth wall being broke, and then the romantic interest, the action from the racing, huge racing fan, huge motorcycle fan, and then the combat was beautiful. And then you're just enjoying the artwork. Like, it was nothing that looked weird or anything like that. You thoroughly enjoyed it, in my opinion. And the story was very clear. I did not have any real confusion. Some things you kind of ask and then the questions get answered, which is very enjoyable. Because sometimes they don't get answered and it leaves you kind of irritated. So this was not like that, and I definitely recommend it. So I'm going to give it a 9. And I don't know why I can't give it a 10, but I'm just going to give it a 9 and say, go ahead, check it out. It's on Netflix as well.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jess?
I think I'd probably give it a 8. Just my personal preference. It's a movie I definitely liked and enjoy, but it's, like, action is my thing, but it's not, like, my thing. Like, I don't get, like, super hyped up about it or anything like that. But all in all, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I did actually try to watch it in Mandarin.
Wow.
Because the lips were not matching for me in English, and it was annoying me, so that's probably why also it's an 8. But I could not keep up with the subtitles to save my life. I'm like, these guys talk faster than Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm like, the sentence is 2 sentences. And they just say, like, 1 word. And I'm like, no. But, yeah. No, it's a great movie. I love, like, the animation and everything. But for my personal preference, it'd be an 8.
Yeah. Okay. So one, on your comment, like, the thing that I think is the most different for me between Japanese and Chinese is obviously, one, I'm used to Japanese more because anime. Like, Chinese anime didn't really become big until recently, honestly. But I want to say it's a weird, like, it's hard to describe, but, like, Chinese is almost more fluid. Like, it's almost like the words kind of flow together, and I don't know, like, it's hard to describe, but, like, that's why it's sometimes hard for me to follow, because I'm just like, they're still, like, they're constantly talking, but, like, I don't know, that's the best way my brain can think of it. It's like, it's more fluid. But ratings wise, I'm gonna give this one an 8 too. And the main reasons are, positives, like, art is great, world building's great, and the different little fighting scenes that we do have are really good. The reason it's not a 9 or a 10 is I do personally think the pacing was kind of quick, and the set pieces were kind of resolved really fast. Like, you meet two people, like, bounty hunters that are sort of, like, coming after him to kill him, and then they, like, instantly die. Like, it's not even, like, a really drawn out fight. Like, which it didn't need to be a really drawn out fight, but, like, it ended way too quickly, in my opinion. Like, he just flamed on, and then, like, one of them's dead, and then the other one just instantly dies to the 6-eared macaque. And then, like, same thing with Toad. Like, Toad, he's kind of winning, or it's going back and forth, then he starts losing, then all of a sudden Nezha pops out, and then they win. Like, I don't know, it's just, the fights weren't long enough for me. Like, I wish they were maybe longer.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't get the suspense factor. Will he survive? Will he make a comeback? It was like, no, you getting whooped, and then it's over. You got whooped.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, he was doing well in the other ones. The only one that he really got whooped in was Ao Kwong. Like Ao Kwong was murking him, and then you're like, oh shoot, he's dead. Like, and then the romance between him and the doctor seemed fast tracked for me too.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like, you obviously could tell she was the main love interest, but, like, I don't know. Like,
It was too obvious?
No, I think they wanted to give her more of an impact than I think she really had. Like, I don't think she was really that impactful, but they wanted to make her the second protagonist of the movie.
Right. And
I just don't think she really qualified to be the second protagonist.
A good example of that was at that roof scene when they're looking out on the horizon, and then she's like, I really, felt like you are a hero and you are like that person that can do something special. The sister comes out, whatever shit. The sister comes out so fast and cuts that scene. Like, nah, you ain't no hero. Like, I ain't got no leg. And she's like, I'm taking a walk. Yeah. And I was like, I wanted to laugh, which is kind of effed up. But I was like, funny choice of words. But the subtitles did not match. Like, I don't know if you guys paid attention to the English ones.
Yeah, that's what Jess was saying.
Yeah, it was completely different responses that you would... It didn't make sense. If you read the subtitles, like if you actually had to like put this volume on 0 and just read the subtitles, you would be so confused. So I'm definitely glad that I watched the English on this one.
Yeah. But I would definitely recommend this to different people. Like I said, even though I wanted the fights to be longer, the fights were good.
Yeah.
No, they were animated well.
Yeah, and they were really good. And he took out Al Bing in the same way, and it was effed up. Like, and they're not shy of like killing people. Like the dude who was betraying them, like who was trying to smother dude. Like he's like, oh, I gotta go after this chick. F this smothering. He just snapped the dude's neck. I was just like, yo, what the heck? Like,
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, like when she sees that he's smothering.
I thought that was getting the brother.
Oh.
No, that was the 0 or whatever his name is. 6. There we go. Oh, I knew it was a number.
Yeah,
but 6. He's like smothering him,
right, I remember
and then he looks at her. You just hear, like he literally spins the dude's head, and you just hear the neck break.
You can see it on the pillow, like the pillow motion. But it's so fast how it happens because then they're following her, trying to wobble her way down. Which actually, she was a beast.
She was moving.
She was a beast on 3 legs. Like, she was pretty good.
On 3 legs?
One leg.
Where'd the other leg come from?
We're saying 3.
She had 2, she lost 1, then she gained 2. Okay.
Crunch.
But yeah, so that's my reasoning. Like, I would recommend this to anybody. I really enjoyed it. The English dubbed was good. It didn't seem weird. I liked it more than the Mandarin, which... I tried to listen to things in the native language.
I didn't get very far in
but
it.
Yeah, but I did. Yeah,
I wasn't going to try it.
Yeah, but
I am a Japanese anime manga person.
Well, see, like I like the King's Avatar.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's in Mandarin, and that's good. Like
yeah,
I like that.
I can literally watch King's Avatar every single day.
And I hate that in dubbed. Like I hate it in dubbed. I don't like it
at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. But
I can still watch it in dubbed. I can watch it in Chinese. I loved King's Avatar.
But yeah, so 9 for Ace, and then 8s for Jess and I. So do you want to tell us about the next one? Because this is Jess's recommendation.
Hopefully it won't be a bust. It shouldn't be.
No, it's not be so. But I am excited to watch it again. So.
I haven't watched it fully. So that's why I
recommend. She's only seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, you will love this one.
It's Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense.
Yeah. That came out when? When did it come out? 2020. Yeah.
I definitely remember seeing it during COVID.
Season 2 is coming out, I want to say, in a couple months. Nice. So that'll be cool. So that came out 2020, and how many episodes is it? I want to say it's like 12? 13 maybe?
What do we got?
Loading.
Give me a sec.
Buffering.
12.
12? Okay, I thought so. So that is next week's episode. Looking forward to rewatching that one.
She gets OP.
It's so stupid. Point, it's such a dumb anime, but it's one of those dumb animes that's just enjoyable.
Yeah,
like it's just funny. It's a funny anime, but until then, if you guys ever want to tell us your recommendations, your thoughts, if we're wrong, right, hit us up on any of our socials or shoot us an email. But until then, I am CJ.
I'm Ace.
And I'm Jess.
And we will catch you next A.